Welcome to Nerdsports Podcast. I'm Nick.
I'm Johnny.
This is episode number 12.
12.
12.
12.
Today we'll be looking at season 4 of Clonewars.
Yes, sir.
Overview, review, of course.
Yes, sir.
So, jumping right into this. What do you think?
There's a lot of swimming in the first couple episodes. I liked the season, but the parts I didn't like, I did not like.
Yeah, there's a lot of love-hate with this season. There's some great long arcs that were very interesting, but it had dead points, definitely.
Yeah, and then some episodes where I'm like, yeah, I need to just kind of power through this.
The first arc is I think they kind of go with the theme of 4-episode arcs in this season, and I mean, the first one I think it was alright. I mean, It wasn't bad. It was underwater.
Calamari.
Yeah, the calamari.
It was the squids versus the octopuses.
Yeah, exactly. And it was, I mean, the debate over, because one of the king got murdered, and the son, he can't lead. Wasn't my favorite arc in this. I mean,
had some good high points.
Yeah, had some good high points.
Stormtrooper suits were dope.
Oh, yeah, but they got
the shark dude murking everybody.
That was pretty good. Then we had, a lot of Gungans, unfortunately.
The Gungans. Man, I don't hate the Gungans. I just hate Jar Jar. But they do him alright in the season.
The king was alright.
They do him decent in the season. He ain't too bad.
You find out,
Boss Leone. He dope.
Well, Dooku has a hand in trying to manipulate him and all that, and it was...
Dooku has his hand in everything.
Seems like it, right? Like, it's so easy for this shit.
Or is it Dooku? Dun dun dun.
I'm pretty sure he gets his head chopped off. So.
It's all Palpatine.
All Palpatine. Pulling the strings from behind the scenes. But, I mean, those first 4 episodes, they're alright. I mean, I think the high point is that 4th episode with Shadow Warrior, where they try to get Anakin.
Yep.
Where they corner him in that room. They lead him there on purpose.
It takes 5 people to stop Anakin.
Yeah, it was pretty intense. Well, we see that again later in the season with those Slaver episodes, that he did not go down easily.
He doesn't.
You see him getting progressively more powerful.
But progressively more angry.
Yes. Oh, definitely more apparent here.
And a lot of time spent with Palpatine.
Huh? A lot of Chancellor time in this season. You noticed it, but
do you think it's setting something up?
Huh, I wonder.
A
massacre, maybe?
Yeah, they're setting up.
The number 66 comes to mind.
Rex, don't do it.
Don't do it.
You see a lot of that. A lot less Ahsoka this season, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, she had the one episode, but
she had the little arc, and it wasn't that great.
It wasn't
that great. We see her. I mean, a lot in the background. Last season, I thought she was very more apparent, Yeah,
they were definitely trying to show that she's grown, but I think this season they're kind of like, okay.
They took a step back on her.
Yeah, they were a lot more Anakin focused and a lot more Obi-Wan.
Which I don't mind. I do enjoy their arcs because that's what we see in the movies, man. Like the first 3 movies is like focal pointed on them, and then just to see more, we get to see more and more of them. It's nice.
6 movies.
Well, the last 3 don't focus on. They focus on a little bit of Vader, but it's Luke and Obi-Wan dies in A New Hope. So,
but isn't it all based around them?
Well, in general, the story arc follows them, but it's nice to have a show.
Yeah, that's about them.
That there's 22 episodes in the season.
They introduced a lot of characters.
And you know what? That leads us into episodes 5 and 6, which our 2 little droid companions get 2 whole episodes, and it's honestly really good.
R2's dope.
I really liked R2 and C-3PO.
You finally get that C-3PO never shutting up stuff going.
It's hilarious.
It is. Dude, the clones can't stand the C-3PO.
It's funny because he wants to keep talking, but they're just like, oh, God, Wolf. I've heard enough. Yeah, he's like,
Captain Wolf was not having. He goes, really, please don't make me take this report.
Oh, at the very end of it?
Yeah, he's like, please don't.
You won't believe the adventures we've been on. And he's like,
Was it Mace or was it Plo? That's like, yeah, you need to take his report.
Yeah. You should do that. Like, General Wolf here will listen. He's like,
what? Huh? Me?
It's pretty cool. I mean, R2D2 or C-3PO throws R2D2 and kills the whole leader of a planet.
This is true. They're wild and
little cool stuff, and then they go underground to like this tree ruled like
very
very very weird,
creepy, bro.
Very odd, right?
Yeah.
I was like, what am I watching right now?
Did you right away understand what she was saying, that they just had to close the door?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, the riddle.
Oh, the riddle. The water.
I have a mouth, but I don't speak. I have a bed, but I don't sleep. and something
Yeah,
else.
what am I?
I think I had, yeah, what am I? I was like, it's a river.
Yeah, it's a river. And then
R2 solves it.
C-3PO sitting there going, huh, what could it be?
R2D2 out here.
It was pretty good. I enjoyed their little two.
Yeah, they're back for the little monster small people.
It was pretty hilarious.
You know what irritates me? The aliens don't have subtitles.
Exactly.
That's kind of annoying at
It'd be nice. Well, we have to get explained.
But sometimes they don't explain it. They're having full-on conversations
without us knowing.
Yeah, and I'm just like, I'm like, okay, dope. I know what you said.
I think they're hoping you get it out of context.
Yeah, well, sometimes I don't want context. I want to read what it said.
I want to know.
I want to know.
That leads us into one of the better arcs of this season.
What's that?
Darkness at Umbera, the planet where they're raiding a planet in darkness, and Anakin gets called by none other than the Chancellor,
Palpatine,
to leave the war area and give his control over to someone named
Krell.
Dude's
a monster.
He's a Jedi with 4 arms, pretty big.
Dude's massive,
and he has 2 double-sided lightsabers.
Aren't they like gigantic lightsabers?
Yeah, like we were talking about. I think they fold up because they're so damn big.
Yeah, they're massive.
And we see a little bit of lightsaber action in the beginning, but we get a little more at the end. But he is a monster with them.
He's an ass.
Yes. Okay. Rex first approaches him, like Anakin does. Anakin's very casual. You can tell Anakin's more friends with the clones than anything.
Treat them like people.
But Krell is not. Krell's more of a dictator kind of thing. You find out why.
Yeah.
But he has a reputation for being someone that gets stuff done during this war. But you find out
his casualty numbers are like
massive. He doesn't care for the clones. He literally calls them by their number. How does he even know their number?
CT something.
How does he even know?
You know what CT stands for?
Clone Trooper.
Yeah. I finally figured out when he kept saying it. I was like, oh, CT Clone Trooper. But 5 is in this one. He's back.
True.
Our Trooper.
Big old 5 on his tattoo. You see a lot of clones die in this whole arc.
Yes, they are. He basically uses them pawns. He treats them like droids.
And you see Rex question a lot of
his authority.
A lot of his authority. A lot of like maybe we should do something else. But Krell is really hardcore, and he tells you if you want to be court-martialed, if you want to be murdered, killed. So. I mean, they keep running into instances where the whole time we don't know what's gonna happen, but you're like, what is going on here? Why is so many people? He's like literally throwing them into the middle of death.
Yeah.
And these people that are fighting for their planet are doing all they can. They have weapons that they can't defeat, but you know what? He doesn't care. He's like, do it. Do what you're told, clone. He says it a lot.
Yep, do what you're told.
Are you questioning me, clone? Yeah. They miss Anakin. It's very apparent.
It's crazy how they're like, Rex goes, well, Anakin does crazy stuff all the time. They're like, yeah, but Anakin's in the front line. Krell sits back and watches.
Yeah, he watches from afar.
Like a general. Anakin's nuts and goes in. He's like, I'm going to help you guys do this.
So does Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan goes into
almost all of them do.
See, but that's the point, to leave, but this guy doesn't care. But we find out a little more why he doesn't care later.
Yeah, and then they try to take this base, and Rex has to go to the plan to take it.
Because they're sent in with tanks that rockets don't work against.
Nope.
So they end up having to steal a ship.
Yeah, Fives goes and steals some ship with a head case.
Yeah, and they have to learn. They have to learn how to fly these things, and they destroy everything. And they get told off. Obviously, they get told that it wasn't the right thing to do, or anything like that. So. With that happening and this, they end up taking the base, but what happens is we get a lot of questioning happening that they for the next mission to support, Rex suggests that they should fly.
They should fly and take out the ship.
So does 5. 5 is a big
because the Separatists still have a ship supplying the capital city, which the whole point is they're trying to take the capital city with Obi-Wan.
Yeah, so they can take over the planet here.
Yeah, but what's it called? Krell wants to just attack the capital city instead of cutting off the supplies. And that's where Fives is like, hold up, we got these ships. Why not blow up the supply ship? And now we for sure can win. But Krell's stubborn and has his own agenda.
Yeah.
And definitely goes after and trying to push his agenda. And
so when we get this deception going on from them, he court-martials them, obviously. And instead of waiting for a trial or doing anything, he takes into his own hands that they need to be murdered now. So there's no question of his authority.
Well, I mean, they did the right thing. They destroyed the separatist ship. I mean, yeah, it was against orders, but...
But then you find out that Krell wants to be a Sith.
Yeah, Krell
He's all for hoping that he can become Count Dooku's apprentice after he has killed as many clones as he can, basically.
Yep. He basically pins them against each other, tells Rex's battalion that, hey, the enemy is wearing clone armor. And he tells Commander Cody's, they're yellow, so I assume it's Commander Cody, tells them, hey, your enemy's wearing clone armor. So they go in this forest.
And they're killing each other.
Luckily, Rex figures it out.
Takes off his helmet, runs in the middle, and says, no, it's not. They're not doing that. So it gets pretty intense, and they decide to arrest Krell.
Yes.
And
holy cow.
He goes off.
He is flipping and jumping out buildings.
He's showing why he's a Jedi Master.
Yeah, you could. That's finally tell, like, dude.
He's mowing them down. Like, they don't have a chance.
Exactly.
They finally get him down, though, with the stun.
Yeah.
A lucky shot from a stun. No. Because he was just mowing down. He probably took out 20-plus clones with ease with his 2 double-sided lightsabers. Yeah. It was pretty cool.
And that's where Rex finds out why he did what he did. He's trying to be Count Dooku's apprentice.
He wants to be a Sith, and that's what he's hoping that he says something interesting. He foresees the end of this war and that the Jedi are going to lose because of what they're doing.
Yep.
So he wants to change the side to the winning side, basically. He knows that it's not going to be good for any of them.
No, they're definitely pushing that a lot in this season. That the Jedi are wrong. A lot of people aren't trusting the Jedi.
Well, Rex is kind of questioning, why are we even doing this? Why are we on the planet?
There's a lot of questioning the war, a lot of this and that.
But then they get a call that they can't get any backup to help when there's an impending attack coming for them. So instead of take it by chance, they kill Krell.
That one guy, I forget his name.
Oh, the one that was siding with... There was a
one
particular
trooper
clone trooper, he wanted...
Everything by the book, everything by the order, and he did everything Krell said.
We can't disobey.
Krell called him an idiot. He goes, I rely on dumb troopers like you to do everything I say.
Yeah. So... Sorry for the momentary pause there. We had an interruption in the background. But continue on, we're talking about Krell just got killed because of an impending attack, and they had no choice, They didn't want to take it to chance with him because of how crazy dangerous he is.
Dude's a beast.
So the one clone trooper we're talking about is by the book. He ends up shooting him in the back.
Yes. Yeah.
When Rex can't. Rex wants to, but he can't.
Rex is way too nice sometimes.
Yeah. Well, Rex understands that orders are orders, and he wants to be by the book too. So moving on from there, we jump out of that arc and we go into this whole seeing Ahsoka's people from planet Kyros. Yeah, from planet Kyros. They don't believe in war, so they don't have weapons. When Ahsoka's crazy.
Meanwhile, Ahsoka's
psychotic.
Yeah, there's Ahsoka and there's the other Jedi.
But they're always peaceful. Yeah, she's pretty crazy too. She's more peaceful than Ahsoka. But they get kidnapped. They come to the planet to figure out what's going on, and what's that one general, Cat General? He ends up setting up bombs up in the houses, and they don't know where the hostages are.
Obi-Wan has to fight up so Anakin
with hand-to-hand combat
so Anakin can defuse the bombs.
Yeah.
Obi-Wan just gets beat up this whole season.
That's true. He's getting his ass beat.
Dude, Obi-Wan gets just demolished. Between this arc and a few of the other arcs, he's just getting worked.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. It's kind of sad at points, but
I was like, poor Obi-Wan, man.
Yeah,
he just wants to study little worms.
That's all
he's just getting murked.
But that leads us directly, from this Cat General. We find out that the people are on this slave planet, and so Anakin, Ahsoka, Obi-Wan, and Rex go undercover as Ahsoka playing the slave.
Yeah.
But then Anakin's
Rex has really become Anakin's right hand.
Oh yeah, definitely. He is the right hand.
He's even there when there's like no other troopers.
Yeah, just him, just one on one.
My homie.
So they're all dressed up as these slave owners, and Ahsoka's the slave. They're trying to offer to the queen. The queen, they're all cat people. They're like, reminds me of the Egyptian cat people,
Yeah.
So like a mix between a person and a cat, and she gets offered Ahsoka and all that, and then we see one of the slaves jump off the edge because it's so bad as a slave.
Yeah.
Anakin particularly hates these people because obviously he was a slave.
His mom got
so
killed
he takes it very hard. Very, very hard.
Yes, he is angry. Especially Ahsoka, notice how angry Anakin gets about stuff.
Very much so. Like, that he's not going to be okay. And we see that a little later coming up. You know, a very bad instance where he goes a little too much to the dark side. But yeah, through this little arc, I mean, Anakin sweet talks the Queen, and they end up finding out that, I mean...
Obi-Wan gets captured.
Yeah, of course. But the Queen is, like, really into Anakin.
Yes.
So instead of, like, force him to be a slave...
makes her a bodyguard.
Well, during this whole thing, there's a slave auction going on, and they try to fight their way out, you know, because Obi-Wan's obviously captured. He's chained up. So Anakin and Rex break out of this whole thing, and they go at it. And it takes like 6 people with electrified whips.
Is that where he gets knocked down and he just uses the force from the ground? Like a force blast that pushes everyone away? It is.
No.
Or he's...
Oh no! But then they get him again. On the neck.
Of course,
and then
it's still dope.
We see some crazy force powers in this whole season, though. I enjoy it. More lightsaber play, and it was all overall. It was good in those aspects.
The good episodes were great. The bad episodes were bad.
Yeah, but this one not too bad. I mean, we see because the Queen sees it too. Anakin has electrical whips around his neck, his arms, his legs, and he is still like standing up.
Yeah,
fighting. You can see the anger that's keeping him up.
I hate how his arm always gets short circuited.
Yeah.
I was like, leave that man's arm alone.
Always, right?
Always
with his electrical arm.
I'm like, man, that man can't catch a break. I was give him a rubber prosthetic or something. Damn.
So when he wakes up, the Queen offers him a deal like, you serve me and I'll let everybody go. Like, think about it. And she gives his lightsaber back. She wants him to be the right hand to her.
That could have gone real wrong.
Yeah, exactly. Could have chopped her head off. Right,
killed everybody.
So then Obi-Wan and Rex get sent to this other planet. Ahsoka gets put in a cage on the top of a building, and she like birds pecking at her all the time. She's still talking smack.
Strong too. She's
still talking smack to everybody.
Force choke or force push that
one. Oh yeah.
Then she gets shocked, but.
Well, she didn't even try. She could have if she really wanted to. Yeah. This guy was talking real smack to her, saying like "ha kind of thing, and she just gently pushes him off the edge, and he almost dies.
Yeah, they're starting to show she's getting
a lot stronger. She's learning.
She's not a youngling anymore.
No. I think we've passed that point in the whole story. I mean, season 4. So
she's almost ready for the trials.
Yeah, almost there.
Dun, dun, dun.
You know how that goes.
I've never seen it, but I've heard.
Yeah. Then we jump into kind of a filler episode. I'm not a big fan of.
Where she goes.
A friend in need.
Yeah, the dude, her love interest or whatever.
The love interest from. I mean, his mom was a separatist that died. You know, she's a friend of Padme, but he comes back in the fold and he wants revenge.
On Dooku.
And who does he hire?
Death Watch.
Death Watch. We haven't seen Death Watch in a while.
Death Watch is bad.
They come in, and again, owned by a Padawan.
Yeah, their premise is dope, but just they're like the definition of a bad guy.
They should be better.
Yeah.
They should be better warriors than they are.
They're just like jerks.
Yeah.
Like, we're gonna take over the people because we can. They burn that village down. Homie, Ahsoka the whole time's like, you don't want to mess with Death Watch to her friend. And yeah, he finally realized that when they burned this village down for literally no reason.
Yeah, because he doesn't want to go back to the Republic and claim like sanctuary kind of thing.
Yeah.
So, but because he wants revenge.
He doesn't trust the Separatists. He doesn't trust the Republic.
Yeah,
he just wants to kill Dooku.
Yeah, that's all he wants, and he leaves the episode. Ahsoka goes back to normal.
You see the Darksaber again.
Yeah, we see some Darksaber action. I
would just taken that thing from him.
Yeah, I mean, I would have cut his arm off and just taken it.
This is mine. He doesn't deserve it. You don't need this.
He doesn't deserve it, honestly. He's really bad at lightsaber.
Yeah, he just swings it. He's better off just
sword,
shooting. Yeah. It's gonna be Baby Yoda's in the future, so might as well just give it to him now. Go give it to Yoda.
Exactly. Can't wait.
No, he's for your baby.
Season 2.
Baby Yoda born yet?
We got the sneak.
Baby Yoda's born, right? Yeah, at this point he is.
At this point, yeah. Well, yeah.
Probably being born.
Yeah, he should be. It's about 20, 30. Yeah, might be, yeah. He might be like in his 20?
Nah, because it's 42 years after that.
Well, in between episodes 3 and 4, it's what, 20-something, almost 30 years?
Maybe not.
And then like only like 5 to 10. Well, maybe.
Maybe not, because there's a whole other series.
If he does, maybe a little bit. We'll find out more.
Who knows? If he's there, great. If he's not, you're wrong.
But this jumps into some another heavy, my favorite of the season. Well, yeah, I think this is my favorite. Kind of 4 episodes in a row, where Obi-Wan gets killed by a bounty hunter.
Dude, he gets sniped.
He gets sniped right in the chest. Anakin loses it.
Yeah, for a second I was like, are they really cutting him off? Is it this far off? Does he disappear?
Yeah.
I was like, wait, no, the third movie happened.
Yeah. And he's still alive in the fourth.
I questioned it for a cool 2 minutes.
But we see Anakin in his hood at the funeral with his head down and just pure anger. And Ahsoka sees this and she says, I'm scared. Scared for Anakin.
She realizes it.
She sees Anakin, and Anakin's a lot, I mean, think about it, she's getting information from all these other masters about how to act, how to be, and then she's being trained by probably the most loose cannon out of all of them. So I think she, even she feels like, dang, as good as a master as he is, as good as the Force he is, as good as a lightsaber duelist he is,
yeah,
he is a loose cannon.
They're close. They're like father, daughter, brother, sister, you know what I mean?
But she sees it.
Yeah, she definitely sees. That's going to come back to bite me in the ass, I bet you. Saying that. She sees his descent. She sees something's wrong. She notices his changes. He was pissed. I'm surprised he didn't lose it then and there.
He was ready to kill. We find out that this whole plot is Mace Windu and Yoda and Obi-Wan's doing. That they were trying to fake his death, so then they actually hired an assassin. They take him, they make Obi-Wan look like him through some
Mace Windu
shock.
And Yoda don't trust Anakin, and Obi-Wan knew that Anakin's reaction would actually get everyone to believe.
And it would convince Dooku, because if Anakin showed that it was real, then it probably was real, because Anakin shows his emotion. He wears his emotions.
Yes, because Homie Palpatine's always tell him, your emotions are your greatest. It's what makes you special.
Yep. Yeah, to the Sith.
Yeah. It definitely shows it. You see Obi-Wan go through his struggles of escaping prison with Cad Bane's back.
Cad Bane's back. We see this. Well, they sent him to a jail because there's a plot to kill the Chancellor. They go through a lot. I mean, buying ships, getting kicked off ships, exploding ships.
Exploding shit. The escape was not easy.
No, the escape wasn't easy, but going to that episode of The Box was pretty cool.
The Box, yes, it was.
It's basically a kill box. It was situations.
Dude, he did work with that sniper.
Yeah, easy, right? There's situations in which they were trying to prove that they were going to be able to handle the assassination attempts on the Chancellor and
the capture assassination of the Chancellor.
So it was intense. I mean, it was cool, but Dooku was all supervising this whole thing.
Yeah,
and he was like, something's weird about this guy. He seems oddly like.
Turns out he bugs Obi-Wan and finds out that he's working with a Jedi to stop the kidnapping.
Yeah, and the crisis in Naboo. So they're trying to meet up, and they have the Chancellor, but the problem is Cad Bane and the other guy don't know what's going on.
Anakin gets shocked again.
Yeah, Anakin gets told all this, and he's pissed that he wasn't in the loop, and he's offended.
Because the Chancellor's egging him on, like, go protect me yourself, go follow your emotions, follow this. And then Yoda and Mace finally have to tell him, like, hey, this is part of the plan, like, chill out, you're going to mess everything up.
So then he knows, and I mean, it goes through, and everything works out here. So, I mean, But then Cad Bane gets away, Cad Bane gets captured.
Yes.
Good.
And he swears to kill Obi-Wan.
Can't stand that guy.
He's a good villain.
He's a good villain.
I just hate that he's a plot device.
Yeah, always.
He comes in when they need someone.
Exactly. He's been in jail this whole time, and all of a sudden it's convenient for them to break him out. Huh?
Yes.
Because he's the only guy we know in jail so far that lived.
They show a couple other people around.
Some we've seen.
You see other, small villains and characters from other shows pop up in the background and stuff.
Then leads us into our last arc. I think Johnny's favorite arc of this season. Is that fair to say?
The Venture stuff?
Savage and Maul and all that.
Aren't they two separate arcs?
No.
I thought one was Savage and one was the War of the Night Sisters.
No, I think they're kind of... Well, it's 2 episodes of Massacre and Bounty, and then you get the Brothers and Maul one. I think it's kind of intertwined.
Yeah, it's all the same.
It's all Dathomir people.
Yeah. Well, next question got answered. Where all the Night Sisters go?
Oh, yeah. Now we know they got murdered.
Dooku's pissed.
Dooku came...
Oh, we didn't talk about Dooku Anakin's fight.
Which one?
The one at the end of the kidnapping, because Dooku ends up taking Palpatine, or tries to. That's when everyone finds out that the tracker's in his case. Anakin is the only bodyguard because Palpatine says, "Hey, I don't need the bodyguard anymore. I just need Anakin." Coincidentally, and they go, and Dooku's waiting in the hall for them.
Oh.
And there's a big old fight.
I completely forgot about that.
Yeah, this is the best. It's the best fight.
I completely forgot.
You
about
finally
that.
see Dooku actually be like, "All right, I'm gonna kick this dude's ass," but it doesn't happen.
But even that, Dooku was getting like put on his toes.
He had to finally fight.
Yeah.
Is Anakin still outmatched? Yes.
Well, even he realized like, oh shit, this guy's getting better and better. But he's finding it from anger, I think. You know.
Yeah, he's balancing himself out.
So yeah, going back to the massacre.
Yeah, dude, the Night Sisters get worked.
Night Sisters have no chance. They're outmatched. They're outgunned.
These creators like zombies.
Yeah. Well, it's in the game a lot, you know. When you're on Dathomir, that's what they do. Is they bring all the Night Sisters back to alive, and there's an army of the dead. That's what we're saying.
Yeah.
The Night Mother is like this witch doctor, and she brings all the dead as reinforcements, or like the older woman.
The dead sisters, yeah.
Well, the Night Mother is sending like a voodoo doll type thing to Dooku.
Oh yeah, Dooku was pissed. Grievous attacks the planet, and that's where it's all leading to.
And they're getting mowed down basically by the droids. Like they don't have a chance. They have their little light bow and arrows that they're doing.
Yeah,
and Asajj is getting. She tries to fight Grievous, but she won. I think she won against Grievous.
Yeah,
but he cheated like he always does.
It's not saying much. Grievous is trash.
Well, he cheats like he always does. She's about to kill him because she chopped an arm off, but then she gets shot by somebody. So, I mean, she crawls away basically from the battle. Unfortunately, we don't see a lot of her right there.
She's pretty strong too.
Oh yeah, Ventress, she's gotten super strong.
She be force choking living daylights out of people.
Yeah, it was actually pretty cool to watch.
Let's go.
So we see the whole planet basically go, and then Grievous blows through the wall when they're doing this whole voodoo thing, and they're just like, oh no.
And just murks the old lady.
Oh yeah, cuts her down, and the Night Mother turns to like gas.
Yeah.
And just disappears.
Deuces. Out.
Good luck.
Bye.
And I mean, not bad. I mean, and then Ventress, she goes back into this whole fold, and she's like, "What happened?" And the Night Mother tells her, "You need to leave. Like, your story here is done, and all the Night Sisters are dead, basically." So, I mean, I guess you could say it's a little bit of split of the story.
One more episode of her and the bounty and Bubba. You see Boba Fett again. You see Boba Fett a little bit here and there.
Yeah, it wasn't my favorite episode.
I don't really like it.
She does a little train run.
Yeah. Hurry up and put your helmet on, Boba Fett.
Yeah, she does a little train run for some money, but then she like murks them all.
Yeah, you're starting to see the conflict in her. She wants to be good, but she doesn't really want to be good. And
she does good here. I mean, even though she still got money out of it.
Yeah.
But she still didn't kill or transfer the person that, was going to be killed in this.
Yeah. And that leads into the good episodes.
The last 2 episodes of the season where we see Savage.
Savage looking for Maul.
Yes. He's on his mission. He finds him in a tunnel. In a little cave.
Spider. That was a creepy little part where he's like getting...
and he loses. He's lost his mind. He's been in the darkness, and ever since he got his legs cut off on Naboo...
Stupid little snake.
He's been very lost. And, I mean, I know they all sense that, like, Maul's... Yoda senses that Maul's alive.
Yeah, Yoda finally senses it. Obi-Wan freaks out.
Yeah, because he's like, there's no way. This is the guy that killed Qui-Gon in front of him. His master, so it was pretty intense.
Damn Ray Shield.
Yeah, exactly. Damn Ray Shield. Took forever.
Yeah, it just goes to show how powerful he is, and that Obi-Wan scared him at this point. Obi-Wan's a beast by this point.
And Obi-Wan's grown a lot, and Maul's been in a cave.
Yeah.
Like, that shows you.
But you see, when Savage gets his brother fixed, takes him to Mother Talzin, and gets his legs back.
Yeah, I mean, they kind of heal his mind, and they heal his legs, so
she's
he's
taking
back.
the bad stuff out of his mind. Yeah. She's pulling, like, chunks of...
darkness out of him.
Yeah, I was like, damn. Pulled out the whole body, but...
Maul gets his lightsaber back. He's not rocking the dual, he's rocking one each.
It's cut in half, right?
Yeah, he's rocking one each. I don't know how he got both of them. I mean, I guess he carried both of them?
I don't know.
I didn't see those in the cave, but okay.
I don't even know.
And Savage wants to... they want to partner up, What, they want to go get Obi-Wan. That's what they want to
he's like, I want Obi-Wan. You find out that the only reason Maul stayed alive is just
The hatred
just
for
pure
Obi-Wan.
spite.
Yeah.
Pure spite, pure revenge, pure hate kept him alive. Just ridiculous.
So now he has the means to do it, and they end up holding a whole planet hostage, basically killing innocent people until Obi-Wan comes.
Yep.
They burn a whole village down, and then he comes. They throw him on the ship, and then in this meantime,
Obi-Wan gets his ass kicked again.
there's a bounty. Well, there's also a bounty for Savage, 1 million credits. And Ventress takes it because she knows no one else has a chance.
Yep.
And we see her do a little, she stabs the ship and she gets on the ship without any damage.
Right? She's like, da, da, da,
Yeah.
flips over. And I was like, did she just break? No, she got on the ship. What just happened?
Yeah, exactly. So they're flying. We see some cool battling. Ventress teams up with Obi-Wan because she's
Obi-Wan
outmatched.
wielding a red lightsaber.
Yeah, for a little bit.
That's still dope.
She's highly outmatched against Savage and Darth Maul.
So is Obi-Wan.
So is Obi-Wan, and they...
I think Age is finally catching up to him.
Yeah, they escape, though. They end up escaping all this.
They do.
There's a good... I mean...
Obi-Wan just can't catch a break.
No, it's a rough.
Gets beat up in the Slaver episode like 3 times. Gets beat up all the time in when he's undercover.
Oh,
This one he gets beat up. I'm just like, damn, Obi-Wan, you just can't catch a break.
It was a rough season for him.
Because the Force is out of balance.
Very much so.
It's showing.
We get told that too a lot.
Damn it, Anakin. You were the chosen one.
It's overall okay. What do you rate it?
8.5.
I was gonna give 7.5 here.
What?
7.5 is fair, I think.
I gave season 1 an 8.
Good arches. Season 1. I don't know, man. This one had good
Season
arches.
1's a 6.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, let's regrade that one.
I think in terms of all 4 seasons, it's better than the first.
But it's up and down.
It's up and down. The high points, I think, are some good ones.
Because after number 3, it's like super consistent throughout the whole season. Pretty strong.
I think last season was still the best season. This season is close second with the second season.
Yeah, not terrible, not great. In between, it has some good arcs.
Some of the episodes I'm like, I don't even care about
Yeah,
this.
I just kind of skipped through.
But it was good. I like season.
Yeah, overall good.
First episode of the back half. 2 seasons left.
2 seasons left.
There's only like 30 episodes left.
Yeah, because it's not as many episodes as we're going into the next.
Yeah, I think the next one's still full season. The last one's like 10.
So
10, yeah.
32 left, and then a couple week break before we go into the new season.
The final. It's the final countdown. Oh, we got a cantina in this season. I was happy about that.
Oh yeah, we got some cantina action. Yeah, we got a little music and everything.
Yeah, the
too.
dude playing the whatever it is. Yeah, we did. But I liked it. It was a good little season.
It was good.
But like always,
like, comment, and subscribe.
Yep, all the
Helps
media
channel
stuff
out.
down below.
We need your help.
Yeah, just
Your
share
only
it.
chance.
Just share it around. Let your friends know. Let your people know. If you like it, leave a like. Favorite it, do what you gotta do. I mean, me and Nick are having fun making these.
Yeah, sometimes.
I can't stand Nick.
Bye.